What's up, world? Let me tell you about this beard growth oil I got from 12 tribes on Earth. 8 ounces of oily goodness with a nozzle that prevents sprays and spills, and soft ingredients that make it perfect addition to anyone's morning routine. From coconut to castor, all these oils are hand chosen. After using this herbal blend, the biggest thing I noticed is how soft, how strong my hair was, and how good I feel. Pick up your bottle today and make your beard the star of the show.
Shalom, family. Good to see everyone. Hope you're doing well. Well, we're going to talk about the Tate brothers, and I haven't spoken about them in a couple of years now. I think I did a few videos on them in the past, but nothing recent. I haven't really been following them recently until now. So if you haven't heard, they flew into Miami. And as soon as they landed and got off the plane, they got arrested. And there was a warrant out for them in the UK for trafficking, grape, the things we've heard about, And let me tell you something. They need to just put these dudes away for real. For real. Now, I know the last time I did a video on them, they were jailed in Romania, I believe. They went to Romania and they got jailed there. So, things aren't looking so good. So, look like they're going to be going to the UK to face some more charges and possibly jailed from the way I'm seeing it. So, hey, it is what it is. I don't feel sorry for these dudes. You were there when they got arrested? Yeah, I bet there were. I bet it was a lot of commotion, especially in Miami when they got arrested. So let me go ahead and share my screen. Okay. Please give me a 1 if you can see my screen. I tell you what, there's a lot of people that are mocking them getting arrested online. They are dragging the hell out of these dudes for real. Thank you.
Oh, shit. Well, this just happened if you didn't know, and the allegations against them are pretty fucking serious. So the Tate brothers have been arrested in Miami just before Andrew was due to co-host a bare-knuckle boxing event. Brothers have had legal troubles for years, including, if you didn't know, spending several months in a Romanian prison back in 2023. They were indicted on sex trafficking charges, which would it really surprise anybody? But that's not all. The brothers are also facing legal issues in the United Kingdom. 21 charges have been authorized against them, 11 for Andrew and 10 for Tristan. As you can see, the UK's Crown Prosecution Service said that it is bringing additional charges of rape against Andrew and Tristan under ongoing cases against the brothers in that nation. Andrew Tate faces 7 additional counts of rape, 3 counts of arranging or facilitating trafficking for sexual exploitation, 3 counts of assault occasioning actual bodily harm, and 19 additional charges relating to illegal you-know-what. Tristan faces 1 count of sexual assault, 2 counts of rape, and 3 counts of arranging or facilitating trafficking for sexual exploitation. New charges relate to 4 additional alleged victims, while previous charges were connected to 3 alleged victims. The case against Tristan previously included 3 counts of rape, 6 counts of actually bodily harm, and 2 counts of human trafficking. Tate's case previously included 3 counts of rape, 4 counts of actual bodily harm, 2 counts of human trafficking, and 1 count of controlling prostitution for gain. Once again, would it really fucking surprise anybody when it comes to these two? I hope that justice is served, because it's always been so fucking obvious.
Andrew Tate has been charged with making indecent images of a child pornography, and also several counts of rape to go along with charges of human trafficking and worse from the UK's Crown Prosecution Service. These charges also implicate his brother Tristan, both of whom have spoken previously about how the exploitation of women for webcam modeling has enabled them to make millions of pounds. But these men now also make millions through their audiences, who often comprise young adolescent boys. We're talking about 40% of children surveyed by Internet Matters between the ages of 9 and 16 in 2023 who held a positive view of Andrew Tate. We're talking about the downstream effects felt in real life by teachers in the classroom when students don't want to pay attention to them because they're women, or make degrading or dehumanizing jokes at their expense, or even feel justified to use violence when they're told to do something that they just don't want to.
Okay, so there is one more thing I meant to mention to y'all. The Tate brothers have been dealing with somebody connected to Donald Trump. So the UK authority said they're going to try to not only take the Tate brothers down, but they're going to try to take Donald Trump down as well, because there is an Epstein connection between the Tate brothers and Donald Trump.
Increasingly, the experiences of young people as they become adults are mediated by figures and figureheads on social media, unaccountable to many except a few. For example, the billionaires who exert a certain degree of control over the platforms that are brought freely to me and you. But in exchange for what? Some might say, like the Molly Rose Foundation set up by Ian Russell after his daughter took her own life from seeing certain kinds of content, that the answer is more social media regulation. You've probably felt or seen the shift from X to Instagram following the return of Donald Trump to the White House, more akin to what they describe as free speech. But on the other end of that is an increased reach for the kind of adult material that just a couple of years ago would have been unconscionable to show on screen. But whether Andrew Tate goes to prison or not will be the subject of extradition proceedings. But what about the people who are left behind? The young girls who will still be exposed to self-harm or eating disorder material online, to the young boys who increasingly form a cohort of people where the biggest killer for men under the age of 45 is suicide. What happens to those who still don't have positive male role models in their life, left to fend for themselves in a world where increasingly their skills are being taken from left to right, from AI to an economic system that increasingly rewards them less than it did their fathers or grandfathers? There's no single one answer, many experts will say, but there is a lot that we could do starting from today. But what do you think? And if you'd like to learn more, then you can read the caption down below, follow Novo for more, and support our work from £1 a month on Patreon.
So the Tate brothers were arrested yesterday, but the United Kingdom is going to use their connection to Trump and the Epstein files to take Trump down. This is a wild story. First, you have two of Trump's special envoys involved with the Tate brothers. And special envoy is just another word for someone who works for the president that makes shady deals around the world. Richard Grenell was responsible for bringing the Tate brothers from Romania to Miami, Florida. Next, you have Paolo Zampoli. You'll remember that he is the one that asked ICE to deport the mother of his child after she was no longer useful to him. He's also a former modeling agent, And he is the one that has come out in defense of Melania and Trump, saying that he is the one that introduced Melania to Trump and that it wasn't Epstein. He has also hosted political and social events with the Tate brothers. The Tate brothers have been charged with 59 counts of trafficking, of violent assault, of exploitation. And there are all of these connections between Trump and Epstein and the Tate brothers and his little special envoy team. The British would love nothing more than to embarrass Trump and to take him down. And this may be the ticket. It's a wild story, and there's a lot more to dig into. And I promise I will keep bringing you these connections because it's crazy.
Come over here by me. Let's go. Back up. What's going on? Back up.
Tristan, anything to say?
Andrew and Tristan Tate were arrested again last night in Miami by federal marshals, and they are being extradited back to the UK. The UK just issued 38 new charges, which on top of the other ones brings this up to 59 charges. Andrew is facing 7 new hard R charges, 3 counts of arranging or facilitating traffic for exploitation, 3 counts of assault occasioning actual bodily harm, 19 charges of indecent images of children and extreme pornography. While Tristan is being charged with 2 hard R charges, 1 count of assault, and 3 counts of arranging or facilitating trafficking for exploitation. They were already facing numerous other charges in the UK and out on bond for human trafficking in Romania. They've now been taken into federal custody in the US and will be extradited to the UK to face these new charges. While neither of the Tate brothers have any prior convictions for any types of crime, they just keep seeing to racking up charges that are the worst possible crimes you can commit against human beings.
Andrew Tate, you said the shit you had them girls doing was legal. Andrew Tate and his brother was arrested in Miami by the U.S. Marshals on some very, very serious charges. Hot damn, Andrew Tate, I hope all that shit you be talking ain't coming back to bite you in the ass, boy. These some serious ass charges and shit. Hey, look, I hope you and your brother ain't have nothing to do with this shit for real. Maybe they just trying to put that shit on y'all because you getting money. Hey, I don't know. Society, I know how this shit works. So it could be one of 2 things. He really did it, they really did it, or they really didn't do it.
I believe they really did it because that's why they keep getting arrested. They actually got arrested twice. So, yeah, more than likely they're back in the UK by now, so they're going to be facing a lot of charges over there. And, hey, just think at one time they were big influencers on YouTube. And they had quite a bit of a big audience as well. But hey, it is what it is. I think I have seen several YouTube creators that were big at one time crash and burn, especially from messing with children. So they're one of many. Unfortunately, I do feel sorry for the kids, but them, man, they could put their scum asses in jail and just throw away the key. I don't think anybody will miss them. It is sick, but it's their culture. Seriously, y'all, if you see something too many times, you're seeing it because this is their culture. For real. Even when you look at the FBI statistics, it's not our men that are big in grape. It's not. Although they try to make it seem that way, when you look at the numbers, no. And a lot of times, if we got men going around like that, in many cases, the community will take care of them. I remember a couple of situations when I was growing up in Philly, and those men would get together and run that person completely out of the neighborhood, and they were not allowed to come back. If they were caught or they heard something about them messing with children, oh, they ran them men off, and they were never allowed to come back to the neighborhood at all. They got dealt with. But now, you see these Tate brothers, man, they should have been had their asses in jail, as far as I'm concerned. So, oh yeah, the tide is turning on a lot of these people that have been walking around free and doing rotten things out here. Oh yeah, change is here. It is definitely here. So, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and conclude. We're going to talk about how people can no longer afford budget groceries. The groceries you would get from Walmart, Aldi, Save a Lot, HEB. Even people are now resorting to shopping for food at dollar stores because they cannot go in grocery chains anymore, and they can't afford the food. But now in the budget stores, where you would get a bigger break on the price, they're not getting those breaks anymore. Now, if you go into a Walmart or Aldi's, the prices are almost as expensive as a chain grocery store like Kroger, or you know what I mean? So it's not much of a discount anymore like it used to be. So yes, there's a lot of people upset and saying they can't even afford to buy groceries. Or if they spend $100, you don't hardly get any food off of $100. So yeah, I mean, it is crazy out here. It really is. And salaries just are not keeping up with the inflation out here. And see, that's my biggest hang up about America. When the cost of living goes up, I'm sorry, it should be mandatory that these jobs pay more to their employees. They should make them do it. But they don't make them do it in this society. When things go up, they keep the salaries the same and don't care about you. But they really should make adjustments according to the cost of living and the inflation out here. That's my opinion. And the fact that they won't do it is just pure greed. So, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and conclude. My next live is at 1:45. I will see you then. And don't forget to pick up your hair products. Shalom, family.